Hey guys, week 9 done, woohoo! It was another spectacular week and I will share all the details in this video. Hey, Saarenoja here, welcome to my channel where I help young at heart YouTubers grow a YouTube channel. So another incredible week. I can't believe it. The statistics are actually higher than last week. I was honestly, I was expecting it to go back down again, because it's been like up and down every week. So I was expecting kind of the same trend to happen in my statistics, but it didn't, and I'm super grateful for it. Things seem to be going up, and I'm going to be happy when they go up, and I'm also going to be happy when it drops back down again. I'm just going to be happy because I love being on YouTube and supporting you guys and meeting you guys and talking to you guys, and this journey is just so much fun. I really do believe that I can make this a full-time career as a content creator, and that is so exciting because, like I've said, I have no desire to go back to working for a large corporation again. So first off, I want to say that I see now how people could easily get burnt out on YouTube, and how once the ball starts rolling, or even before it starts to roll, how you could really just kind of get obsessed with YouTube, get obsessed with the statistics, get obsessed with making videos, and just kind of going all in, and like the rest of life falling out of the way. And my experience in the past, I've always been very driven and ambitious, and I have burnt myself out in other endeavors, landed myself in the hospital many times. I'm really paying attention to that because right now I'm like drowning in the comments from you guys, and I love the comments because the community is what I love most about YouTube. And so now that I can't just answer the comments in my morning coffee when the kids are having breakfast, I'm starting to get a little stressed about it because I really want to comment back in a thoughtful manner. I want to look at your guys' YouTube pages, really try to help you, and also, get to know you guys. So I'm realizing that that's going to take a lot more time now, and it might just be temporary while this growth spurt is happening, because then there's lots of people commenting and it might slow down a little bit, but I need to work out a system and reserve more time for comments. I noticed the other day that I had some comments that had gone by for 10 days and hadn't responded, and that like killed me because I really want to respond to people within a day. And so that is getting really difficult right now. So I will figure that out, and I just want you guys to know that if I haven't responded to your comments, I want to, and I will. It's just going to take me a little bit of time. Another fantastic thing that happened this week was I got my first sponsorship offer in my email, so that was really exciting. It's probably not a product I'm going to promote, but it was exciting to get it. And the reason I say I probably won't promote it is because I don't use it. I don't know anything about it. It was really great to get that proposal and that sponsorship offer, like really exciting. And so I'm really grateful for that. I really want to be true to myself and authentic and not just put links up on my page that I'm not really believing in. But a funny thing with that is I was having coffee on the deck the other day with my hubby, who I refer to as the Viking, by the way. He's my Viking. So I was having coffee with the Viking, and I had just gotten that sponsorship email, and he's like, why are you so happy? And I was like, I just got my first sponsorship offer from this company. And he was like, well, that's weird. That sounds a little slimy. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, how many subscribers do you even have? And I was like, well, I'm nearing 4,000. And he was like, oh, really? Winning. No, I know that doesn't seem like much to you guys. Now I'm blushing. But to me, being married to a Finn, that is like huge compliment. Like, just to even get an eyebrow raise is like huge in this culture, because the idea of like complimenting something, that concept is completely foreign, especially to the male population of Finland, at least in my opinion. Yeah, just to give you some sort of idea of this isn't necessarily a compliment, but there's this joke with Finnish women that when you get married, or when your husband proposes to you and the man tells you he loves you and he wants to marry you, then that is the last time you will hear the word I love you because they said it and you should know it. So like, if you're ever like, do you still love me? And they'll be like, I told you when I proposed, with a dead straight face. And that's like, it's a joke, but it's so true too. Like, yeah, of course I love you, I married you. Like, duh. Another example would be, I know that's love you is not being a compliment, but it's positive reinforcement, I guess. And another example would be like, my husband won second place in wrestling and Finnish championships. And so I said to him when I first met him, I'm like, wow, you must be really good at wrestling. And he's like, no. I was like, you got second place in Finland. Like, yeah, I didn't get first. I was like, okay, but you're really good at wrestling because you got second. And he's like, no, the guy who won is really good at wrestling. I was like, okay, forget it. Anyway, totally random, but I just wanted to share that I got a kind of an eyebrow raise from my husband about almost getting 4,000 subscribers, so I'm getting his attention. Okay, yeah, anyway, so I wanted to let you guys know, a lot of you have been asking about the 1K subs challenge that I've posted on my links. Now those are all updated, so if you want a 1,000 sub challenge that Sean Cannell offers through Think Media, which is what I've done, and I'm also in his Video Ranking Academy, which if you go in through that workshop, you get the Video Ranking Academy at a much cheaper price than if you go in just to their website and buy Video Ranking Academy. So I recommend it, and you get so much knowledge from that workshop. I mean, even if you just did that free workshop, you would have so much to work with for a year. So I definitely recommend doing it if you are interested in growing your channel and want like a excellent resource. I'll put a link in this description, and it's updated, so it should work. But yeah, thank you for letting me know, you guys, that it wasn't working anymore. And then also I wanted to say that I've had a lot of requests for a checklist for new YouTubers. So I have created a 25-page document, PDF document, walking you through step-by-step, pretty detailed instructions for getting you started on YouTube, you know, making a channel, creating a niche, posting videos, how to post videos, hit the upload button, do this, do that. So it's quite an in-depth document. I don't want it to overwhelm you, but I want you to have a resource that you can go to and see the steps that you need to do. And I've also, at the end of that packet, I've just created a checklist. So you can print that one page out if you want to and check it off as you go through it. And that is available for download. So I will put a link on the Tuesday tutorial video. And also in that video, I will be walking you through the checklist. You'll have the checklist in the video if you don't want to download the actual document. That's for tomorrow. Yeah. And in the comments lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about, do I have a LLC? How do I grow my channel? How do I promote my channel? How do I choose a niche or a topic? I don't know what to focus on. How are you making money right now and surviving? How are you staying so positive despite life's challenges? How do you find the energy or the courage to speak when no one's listening to you or no one's watching your videos? And those types of questions. So I've been getting so many questions, and I do try to respond to each person who's asking those questions individually, but I think I'm getting those so often that I want to create a video that's kind of a Q&A going through those questions and answering them, because I think if I try to do it in these weekly videos, these videos are going to get so long because they're already getting up to like a half hour, and I really want to keep them closer to 15 minutes. So I'm going to hopefully make a Q&A video for you guys as well, answering all those questions. And let's get to the statistics. Okay, so hey guys, we are in my Google Sheets, week 9. I just wanted to show you, because I mentioned this in another video, that I provide you with a week's worth of information, but then I go in and I update the actual week that happened, because when I'm recording this video, it's on a Monday, but YouTube analytics 2 days behind, so I'm giving you information 2 days behind. So then when I actually have the information, I go in and update it. So this is what I had proposed to you guys last week for the week in review. It was 19,000 views, but it actually was 21,000 views. 1,200 was actually 1,400. The average view duration was a little bit higher. The subs gained was actually 1,571 versus 1,431. And then the impressions was this. So this is the actual numbers for week 8, just so you know. So the same thing will happen with week 9. This is a week in review from today. But like I said, YouTube Analytics doesn't give me till today, which is the 22nd. It gives me only till the 20th or something. So this is just 7 days back. I had 41,000 views. I had watch time hours 3,155, and average view duration 436. Click-through rate 4.6. So I'm really excited to see this go up. And actually one of my videos, click-through rate was 10%. So that was amazing. Subs gained this week, 1,646. I mean, it just blows my mind. And then impressions was 633,000 basically. So really awesome week, and it's still going up. I didn't think the subscribers could possibly go up this week. I really didn't. Like I said earlier in the video, I thought it was going to fluctuate like normal. So, and you know, I'll ride this wave as long as it goes, but I also won't like beat myself up if it goes down, because this is an amazing week for me. Like these 2 weeks have been incredible. So if it goes back down again, I will just think that's part of the process. And then if it stays down, then I'll be concerned, right? But I think that to get like super obsessed with the statistics is almost detrimental to your growth. I think it's really important to be aware and know what's going on, but also to look at it from a larger perspective, like over 6 months or something, versus 3 weeks. Like if I had looked at this for the first 3 weeks, I would have thought I was doing bad, right? Because 172 went down to 17, how awful, and then down to 11, how awful, right? But if I look at the big picture of all of these weeks, it's still going up and down. And then here, wham, it blew up. Just sticking through those times where it seems like it's dipping and up and down, I think there's just going to be off weeks. And I think that's part of this process. Hopefully this is encouraging, and I'm so curious if I'm going to be monetized just like Silver and Solo. It would be really interesting to be like on track. Like she got monetized in 10 weeks. I think that would be really exciting because she was the reason I got onto this journey, finding her channel. It would be incredible if I got it in the same amount of time as her. I'm getting closer. I will show you my earn tab soon. That has changed dramatically since last week, because I think last week there was a little bit of delay too to see how many hours were actually embedded in my watch hours, but now they're updated. And after this week, I think it'll be really interesting to see how close I am. So hopefully in week 10, I will get monetized, but I'm not holding my breath. And I'm patient, and we'll see. So this week, most of the traffic source was coming from browse, which I love. I think that's really good for growth. So 77.3, higher than last week. Channel page was 10, down from last week. YouTube search was down from last week. Other features, the same. External was down, suggested video was down, shorts feed was down. I haven't done any shorts. And then playlist was 2.2. So that's going up, which I think is good. And I think that has to do, like I said last week, with having end cards and cards in your videos to really get people to those playlists and actually having things in your playlist. Like now I have a library of videos in my playlist so they can actually go to them. So let's go to YouTube Studio now, and you can see the same stuff in live format. So I am so close to 4,000. I'm so excited. It's really cool. And I wouldn't be in this position without you guys. So I'm very, very, very grateful for you all. Okay, so here you can see 41.1 thousand views, watch time hours 3.2 thousand, 1.6 thousand subscribers in the last 7 days. If we go to content, all, we can see new viewers. I had videos was 21,000, shorts 26. Again, I didn't do shorts. Returning viewers 3.4 thousand, shorts 661. Videos, subscribers watched 1.3 thousand of the views, so that's awesome. Or subscribers were watching. Shorts was 2. Video views 39,000 basically in the last 7 days, and shorts 1,500. Videos published, I published 4 this past week, so there you go. Here's impressions, 633,000, 4.6 click-through rate. Views from impression 29,000, 2.4 thousand watch time from impression. Viewers across formats, watching both is half, and then people watching only videos is 44, and shorts only is 5%. And this is, again, just reiterating how people are finding me. We can go into the earn tabs. You can see that as well. Let's go to earn tabs. You guys can see that. I haven't met the lower eligibility requirements yet. I still need 3,000 watch time hours, but as you can see, I'm getting so much closer. Last week, like around 1,000, I think. So it's jumped up to here this week. And I think hopefully by the end of week 10, I will be monetized. I don't know, but I'm guessing if next week is anything like this week, then I think it will be. But I don't know. YouTube's a fun game. It's interesting to experience it. So let's see. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping for it, of course, because I could use some money. And then that'll be really fun to do those videos where you talk about monetization and how much you make and stuff like that. Even if it's like $5, it's still cool to make money that way. I do think it's kind of neat. Like I've been doing this 8 weeks now. So if I put in custom and I've started in May, so if I do 5, I think I started 520, so 522, I'll just put 522 to now. Then you can go into your content and you can go see more, and you can see, if you go to content, you can see which videos have been performing for you in the last, this time frame. So this is like my #1 video, and this is the amount of views and impressions and the click-through rate. So you can see all of these things. And so that way you can really start to look at, once you have a library of videos, you can go in here and you can start to really analyze, okay, these are doing really well. Like these are my top 5 or, top 10 or whatever. You can go down as far as you want, but you could really compare and contrast. You could look at your thumbnails, you could look at your titles, you could look at what's working and why are these doing better than all of these other videos down here, and really start to analyze it. And I think that that's kind of exciting to do. So I think it's really cool that they show that. And then you could actually go into the video itself and see how it's doing. And you can see that I posted it back here somewhere. And then now it's really starting to take off up here. It's really starting to gain some more traction now later on. So I think that that's also something interesting to look at. And here is the overall that's happened. So here's all the videos I've been posting since May, and you can start to see like it was, you know, I had some highs of 696 and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden I got this up here, then down, then back up, you know, so you can see like now it's starting to pick up some steam, but it had many weeks of not really much happening. I mean, I felt like a lot was happening for me. I think it was amazing, and I think the whole journey's been amazing, but you can see that now it's kind of picking up speed and like a ball rolling downhill. That's my analytics for the week. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget that if you want that checklist for new YouTubers, definitely check out tomorrow's Tuesday tutorial and get that there. Thanks, bye!